Most people say they're overwhelmed, but the truth is, they're not overwhelmed. They're just undisciplined. They have the time, it's their priorities that are out of control. They're not busy, they're not distracted, and they're not stuck. They're just unorganized. If that offended you, good, because we're about to talk about something people don't want to face. Welcome back to the Marcus Allgood Show. I appreciate everybody listening, watching, and sharing the show. Hope you got some value out of this. Today we're going to talk about you're not overwhelmed, you're just not disciplined. You're just undisciplined. Have you ever told yourself that? Has anybody ever told you that? The the more structure that you have, the more disciplined you're going to be. I am super disciplined to go out there and work out. I'm super disciplined to go out there and sell houses. Like all my disciplines. Are there other disciplines that I probably need help with? Of course. Everybody has them. You can't possibly have every discipline locked in, locked down, going strong all at the same time. You got to pick and choose your priority levels. You got to stack your priority levels and what you got to focus on first. What you've got to focus on the most, really. So not every season is going to have, your top priority is going to be work, or your top priority is going to be family, or your top priority is going to be school. Every season is different. It's all got to change with the times. The amount that it changes is just depends on your age, depends on your family life, depends on so many different things. Because in my 20s, school was a priority, or early 20s, and then in your after that, a lot of times it's the job or career, and you don't have family up there. Family comes later. But let's get into it. The myth of the overwhelm. Everyone claims they're overwhelmed. I don't have enough time. I'm so stressed out. Everything is too much right now. I just can't handle it. How am I going to fix this? Like, oh my gosh. And you see that person just spiraling out of control, just talking to him. And you just want to walk away and be like, oh my gosh, you need to get your life together. You need to figure this out. But overwhelm is rarely about volume, it's about lack of structure and discipline. When life feels heavy, look at your habits. Are you waking up late? What time did you go to bed? What time did you wake up? Are you getting up at 4? Are you getting up at 5? Are you getting up at 10? 10 a.m., 11 a.m.? Are you getting up at noon? That's going to crash your whole day. Are you saying yes to everything? Every time somebody asks you to do something, you're saying yes? Are you letting your emotions drive your day? What what drives your day? Is it you, your brain, your priorities, or your emotions of I don't feel like doing this today? Are you avoiding the hard task and drowning in easy ones? That's really easy to do. We all go through that. Just get bogged down with just easy tasks that we shouldn't even be doing. Don't even do the hard ones. And we've talked before, like don't say yes to everything and start getting up early. Like you get up at 4 o'clock, you are winning. You go to bed at 9, that's 7 hours of sleep. Good to go. Like you really don't need much more than that. 7. Some people need 8. I mean, some people need 4 or 5. Good for them. But I'm a 7-hour guy. Go for 7 and knock things out. Get up early and start knocking things out. Most overwhelm is just self-inflicted. You're doing it to yourself. You just don't have your days prioritized out right, and you just sit there and wallow in everything that you got going on. And a lot of times you just get overwhelmed because of the fact that you have a list so long that you don't even know where to start, and you just push it off and you go take a nap. Naps you got to quit on. Don't take the naps. When most people feel overwhelmed, a lot of the times is because they just don't have boundaries. There's just zero boundaries. You give the world just 24 access to you. And I have boundaries between 9 and 6 p.m. 9 p.m. and 6 p.m. 6 a.m. I mean, because of the fact that I like to work out early in the morning and I like to sleep. So I don't answer my phone during those times. Then another one is you just don't have a routine. Every day feels like chaos because nothing is structured. You just wake up and you're like fly by the night, like what am I doing today? And you just start letting text messages bombard you. You let phone calls bombard you, and you just don't have a plan for the day. There's no action plan involved in that. You're just flying by. Like you don't have a workout plan. You don't have time plan to get up. You just wake up whenever and start going about your day, and things just start piling on top. Another one is just avoiding responsibilities, putting things off to make them heavier. Like avoiding responsibilities just makes everything in life a lot harder. It just makes it way more difficult to get things done. If you just keep pushing it off, pushing it off, pushing it off, eventually you're gonna have to face it, and you're just running out of time, and you're just stacking more and more things on, creating that overwhelm. Living reactively instead of proactively, letting life happen instead of leading it. Go out there and take charge of your life. Don't let it just sit there and bombard you. You go out there and take control of it. You let the distractions get to you. The average person checks their phone over 100 plus times a day, and I am a victim of that. Playing on the phone, doing different things. Like one of my buddies, he likes to play on Instagram when he wakes up, but he allows himself 10 minutes to play on Instagram. But he also reads the Bible before he gets to play on 10 to 15 minutes before he gets to play on Instagram. And then he goes for a walk. Like, that's a pretty good setup right there. But turn off most of your distractions on your phone. Turn off those little icons, the little red bubbles and everything. Just turn them all off. As many as you can. Let your phone ring or vibrate on phone calls or something that's like important, but definitely take all those out. People are not overwhelmed because of life. They're overwhelmed because of the lack of discipline, boundaries, clarity, and intention. Not knowing what you're going to do throughout the day is going to cause you some major chaos, and it's going to create the overwhelm feeling to where it could just drive you to drink because you're just going to drink to forget about it. And then the next day, you're going to wake up and be like, bam, I'm hit with the same stuff again. And you go through this pattern and become an addict, and then it all goes downhill from there. How undisciplined habits create chaos. One, I just talked about, you don't plan your day. Your day controls you. You're just letting it just bombard on top of you all day long. You avoid hard tasks. They grow into giants. Just take care of them right away. Like, eat the frog and get over it. Like, as soon as you wake up, take care of that. Or within an hour of waking up, the first 3 hours, take care of the hardest tasks and watch your day fly by in way easier pace. You don't prioritize. Everything feels equally urgent. Not everything is equally urgent as what it needs to be. There's so many different things that you need to prioritize. Working out, eating right, your family, your work, balancing money, like all sorts of different things. Taking your kids to school, that's part of family. But balance those out and prioritize them on the most important things, and prioritize the most important tasks earlier in the day, because of the fact that when you get later in the day, it gets harder to get those done, and you're just going to be like, I don't want to do this. This is so hard, especially working out. You multitask, your brain gets fried. Multitasking is not real. Your brain cannot do two things at one time. Essentially, multitasking is just taking away from one project and putting it on another, and then going back to the other and back to the other. A lot of people in the job field, they always wanted, like, interviewers, like, are you good at multitasking? And be like, yeah, I love multitasking. I do like 10 things at once. And you can't. You can have different conversations, but if you just finished what you started and then moved on to the next task, it'd be way more efficient and you get a lot more done. You chase busy instead of effective. Plenty of people do that. I used to be one. I used to feel like I was super busy all the time just to feel like I was doing something. And just because you're busy doesn't mean you're actually doing anything. So you got to be more effective and more intentional with the work that you're doing and the time you're spending on it. So this all creates fake overwhelm, an emotional state that looks like stress but comes from a lack of order. And just having, like, so many people don't like discipline. They don't like having a plan. It's almost like, it's same as like counting your macros. They think it's a eating disorder. But guess what? An eating disorder comes from eating too much food, becoming overweight. That's an eating disorder. I'd rather look right and have a healthier body, not have to go to the doctor all the time for having a eating disorder because I counted my calories. And it's the same with your job, your family. Like, prioritize what you need to get done in the time that you can when you wake up. You're not drowning. You just never learned how to swim with intention. And swimming with intention and making that plan out, every day should be planned out. Like, wake up. You should do it the night before, really. Plan your day. Like, my days are pretty consistent. I don't really have to plan them out like I do. Like tomorrow, I have something new starting at 10:30, so I file that in. I put that in as a high priority. Switch out some other stuff, but essentially, like if your day is the same every day, it's easier to prioritize and it's easier to squeeze new things in, especially if it's the same all the time. Fix the discipline. It's going to create peace. Discipline reduces stress. Discipline creates the freedom. Discipline makes life easier, not harder. This is why we talk about discipline, because you want to fix all three of these. You want to fix your stress, you want to fix your freedom, and you want to make it life easier, not harder. But if you're going through life without a plan, it's so much harder. It's going to create so much stress because you don't know where you're going. You just think, I don't know what I'm doing, so I need to figure something out. And it creates the freedom. You can mix and match different things. You can go set up different things. You can go places. It's so much better. So, how do you kill the overwhelm? One thing is create non negotiable routines. I have one morning routine, morning workout, planning, no exceptions. Like, just go in there. My morning workout is not an exception. Like, I'm going to work out, I'm going to cook the kids breakfast. Some days that gets killed, but then other times, most of the time, I can cook the kids breakfast and then go to work and then go show some houses. Like, it's a it's a pattern that I have. That's a plan that I have set up each day. And do I have to change it sometimes? Yes. Does it have to be on the fly? Yes. Every once in a while. But the non negotiable is working out. Set boundaries. Not every message needs a response. Not every problem is yours. So pick and choose which ones you're going to answer. Pick and choose what problems you're going to fight, what problems you're going to solve. Write them down, figure it out, but it makes it easier. Simplify your life. Remove clutter, mental, physical, and the digital clutter. Or delete a bunch of apps, clean out your fridge, clean out your closet, clean out your car, clean out your desk at work. Like, think about the things that you don't need to be thinking about anymore. Get rid of those. Attack the hardest things first. Always attack the hardest things first. If working out's the hardest thing for you, get out there and go do it. First thing in the morning, just go do it. Make it happen. If making breakfast is hard, then make breakfast. If loving on your wife is hard or loving on your spouse is hard, start loving on them then. If work is hard, try and, you know, depending on what kind of job you have, you could start out working early and then work out later in the day, or physically, or, eat better in the evening. Just depends on what you're doing. But definitely attack the hardest things first. If you got a long list or you got some school assignments to do, knock them out first thing in the morning. Stop doing 15 things at 20%. There is no multitasking. Stop doing it. Choose 3 things and execute at 100%. Pick 3 things out of the day that you want to execute at 100% and make it happen. And switch them out each day. The ones, hopefully you're going to finish one. Obviously, working out and eating right is not finishing, but there are finishing tasks that you can do that you can spread out throughout the day, and pick 3, not 15, and just half-ass it as you go. When you get disciplined, life gets a lot quieter. My mind's actually pretty quiet because of the fact that everything is like, it's so scheduled. I don't even like write it down anymore. The empowering truth: you don't need more time. You don't need less stress. You don't need a break. You need clarity, boundaries, and discipline. The moment you take control of your habits, overwhelm dissolves. Overwhelm is life telling you it's time to take responsibility, not time to collapse. Like, so where are you going to be in the next few days, in the next week, to try and figure out how are you going to get rid of all this overwhelm? So this week, audit your overwhelm. Write down everything that stresses you out. Then ask, is this really too much, or have I been too undisciplined? Your life changes the moment you stop using overwhelm as a shield and start using discipline as a weapon. So go out there, crush the week for this week, and let me know how it goes. And I appreciate everybody listening and watching, and that's the pod.